Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you on how do I propagate my succulents using steam cutting. By the way, my name is Mer Cy. Welcome back to my channel. So, succulent cutting propagation. When is the best time to propagate succulents through cutting? So you may attempt to propagate succulents at any time of the year. However, you have the highest chance of success if you start near the end of the plant's dormant period or at the start of growing season. In most cases, this means early spring, but a few succulent species begin growing in autumn or winter. Sterilize a sharp knife capable of making straight cut through the plant. You may reduce the risk of infection by heating the knife blade in an open flame or by wiping the blade with rubbing alcohol. Then, select a stem to cut. Most succulents are not difficult to grow, but you can still increase your chances of a healthy plant with a right cutting. Ideally, select a stem that is actively growing near the top or outer edge of the plant. Cut directly beneath the stem joint or beneath the point where a leaf or buds join the stem. Next, dip the cut in a rotting hormone or cinnamon powder. Well, I am using a rotting hormone or a cinnamon powder sometimes, but these things are optional only. This may help the development of the cuttings and often includes antifungal agent as well as to prevent rot. This treatment is recommended for rooting cuttings and for woody stem cuttings, but this is optional only, as I said. Then, let the cutting dry out in a lightly shaded location. Keep the cuttings away from direct sunlight and check on the cut end regularly. The cuts should dry out, making the new plants less susceptible to rot. Stem cuttings can be planted after 1 or 2 days of drying or up to 5 days. If a leaf shrivels or wrinkled during this time, you may need to plant it early. The success rate is low, but the plant may die if it dries out completely. Then, prepare a succulent potting mix. Always use a fast-draining succulent or cactus potting mix, or if you wish, you can make your own. Mix together 3 parts of potting soil, 2 parts of sand or pumice, and 1 part of perlite to make it well-draining. Then, select an appropriately sized pot to replant your cutting. Succulent plants thrive in a pot that aren't too much big than the plant itself. Always remember the pot must have a drainage hole. Plant the cuttings. Stem cutting can be planted as usual, burying the stem until the lowest leaves are just above the soil. Then, water occasionally. I started to water my stem-propagated succulent after 5 to 7 days or if it is summer or spring, and 10 to 14 days during rainy season. Avoid stem rot and to let the plant adjust to the new environment. Succulents don't need a lot of water in general, so once the plant have started to build a root system, you may adjust watering or whenever the soil gets dry. Also remember, don't be worried if the cuttings looks like they're drying out at first. That means that the plant is using its stored energy while it puts down new roots. If propagation works well, you should start to see new growth in about 4 to 6 weeks. Then, place the plant in a warm, airy, or well-ventilated location. Young succulents may not have the water supply to withstand direct sunlight unlike adult plants. They do best in indirect sunlight temperatures of around 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius and in locations with good airflow. Many succulents actually do better in indirect light even after they're well established. And keep the soil slightly moist but not soggy. Young succulent cuttings need a regular supply of water in order to stay alive and develop roots. However, succulents are adapted to dry climates and will usually rot if kept the soaking condition. If your tap water is heavily chlorinated, it is best to use a distilled water or rainwater. Use fertilizer cautiously. Succulents are slow-growing plants and are not adapted to grow in a high-nutrient soil. Use a balanced fertilizer only during the growing season and only once the young plant is at least 4 weeks old with established roots. Consider using a fertilizer at the recommended dose to prevent the plant becoming overly tall or leggy with little foliage or burning its roots system. So that's it for today. I hope you found this helpful, and please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you found this helpful, also share it with your friend. Bye bye for now. I hope to see you next time. Happy planting, beshes!